When we talk about Europe, there's one place that comes into everyone's mind, a city in the heart of the Netherlands, Amsterdam. The capital of the country is the most populated city in the nation. It's known to be one of the most vibrant and lively cities in the whole of Europe. In this video, we'll be looking at more than a few truths about visiting the famous city, some positives and maybe some negatives. Stay till the end to find out. First off, what it's like in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is a city with a rich history and vibrant culture, located in the Western Netherlands. It's known for its picturesque canals, historic buildings, and world-renowned museums, making it a popular tourist destination for millions of visitors each year. It's situated near a small city called Rotterdam, which derives from the city's origin at a dam in a small river, the Rot. The two cities are only separated by 50 square kilometers, which is why they're associated together a lot. The city is known for being very welcoming and open-minded, with a strong tradition of tolerance and diversity. This is reflected in its thriving LGBTQ+ scene and its vibrant nightlife. Amsterdam is also home to numerous international residents, making it a melting pot of cultures and languages. The best part about this city is that you can't really attribute it to a specific genre, whether it be a specific culture, tradition, activities, or even people. There's a lot of everything everywhere in Amsterdam, while the people living in the city influence the culture and traditions as a whole. The millions of tourists that come every year also pitch in their ideologies and traditions in hindsight, even if they don't know it. This makes the city of Amsterdam so interesting as a whole. Up next, the city's infrastructure. Amsterdam is a compact city, with many of its main attractions located within easy walking distance of each other. It's also a very bike-friendly city, with numerous bike rental shops and dedicated bike lanes throughout the city. This makes it easy to explore the city on your own, and you can join a guided tour to learn more about the city's history and culture. The city is built on a series of canals and has a well-developed transportation system that includes an extensive network of roads, trains, trams, buses, and ferries. People also know the city as Venice of the North due to the number of canals in the city. The city's infrastructure includes a range of facilities and services that support the needs of its residents and visitors. This includes a modern sewage system, an extensive network of water channels and waterways, and a range of public utilities such as electricity, gas, and telecommunications. Amsterdam also has several hospitals and healthcare facilities, as well as schools, libraries, and cultural centers. The city's transportation system is highly developed and includes a range of options for getting around. The capital has an extensive network of roads and highways, as well as a comprehensive public transportation system that includes trains, trams, buses, and ferries. Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport is one of the busiest airports in Europe and serves as a major hub for international travel. Followed by the art culture. The city is home to numerous museums, galleries, and cultural centers, as well as a thriving music, theater, and dance scene. Some of the most well-known museums in Amsterdam include the Rijksmuseum, which houses a collection of Dutch art and history, the Van Gogh Museum, which is dedicated to the work of Vincent van Gogh, and the Stedelijk Museum, which features modern and contemporary art. Amsterdam is also home to the Anne Frank House, a museum dedicated to the life of Anne Frank and the history of the Holocaust. Besides its museums, Amsterdam is home to several galleries and cultural centers that showcase the work of local and international artists. The city is known for its thriving street art scene, and many of the city's neighborhoods are home to colorful murals and graffiti. The Venice of the North is also home to good music, theater, and dance scenes. The city is home to many music venues, including the Royal Concert and the Royal Theatre Carré. The capital is also home to several theater companies and dance groups that host a range of festivals and cultural events throughout the year. Moving on to the variety of food. If it's one thing that everyone wants, it's good food. Amsterdam has a diverse food culture that reflects the city's multicultural history. The city is home to a range of restaurants and food markets that offer a wide variety of cuisines from around the world. Dutch cuisine is known for its hearty and comforting dishes, such as stamppot, which is mash of potatoes and vegetables, earthen soup, which is basically just a pea soup, and hachi, which is beef stew. Amsterdam is also home to some Indonesian restaurants, which reflects the city's colonial history with Indonesia. Indonesian cuisine is known for its spicy and flavorful dishes, such as satay, in other words, grilled skewers of meat, gado-gado, which is a vegetable salad with peanut sauce, and nasi goreng, also known as fried rice. Other popular international cuisines in Amsterdam include Italian, Chinese, and Thai. The city is also home to a thriving vegan and vegetarian food scene, with a range of plant-based options available at many restaurants. The capital is also home to several food markets, such as the Albert Kuip Market and the Noordermarkt, where visitors can try a range of local and international foods. The city is also home to some specialty food stores, such as cheese shops and chocolate shops, where visitors can try a range of local and international products. Next, opportunities in the capital. It's a city that is constantly evolving and has a strong tradition of innovation. This is reflected in the city's thriving startup scene and its many co-working spaces and incubators. If you're interested in technology and entrepreneurship, Amsterdam is a great place to visit and explore. One of the key industries in Amsterdam is finance, and the city is home to several major banks and financial institutions that rely on advanced technology to support their operations. Amsterdam is also a hub for creative and digital media, with many companies specializing in design, marketing, and advertising. In recent years, the so-called Venice of the North has become a major hub for technology and innovation in Europe. The city has a strong startup ecosystem and is home to several accelerators and incubators that support the growth of new technology companies. The capital is also home to some tech events and conferences, including the annual Amsterdam Tech Job Fair and the Amsterdam E-Week Festival. Overall, Amsterdam is a great place to work in technology, with a thriving community of professionals and a range of exciting opportunities in a variety of industries. Not to mention, a few things to be careful about. As we know, Amsterdam is a popular tourist destination and can be quite crowded, especially during peak tourist seasons. The central areas of the city are usually crowded and filled with loads of tourists. The museums and other attractions are always crowded with long queues outside, so this is definitely something you should plan accordingly. To maneuver your way around this obstacle, you should know that the capital is a large city with many neighborhoods and areas that are less crowded than the central district. If you want to avoid crowds, you may want to consider staying in a neighborhood outside of the city center or visiting less popular attractions. Either way, it's worth noting that the city has implemented measures to manage the number of tourists in certain areas and to ensure that the city remains an enjoyable place to visit for both tourists and locals. Let's learn more about how expensive Amsterdam is. When visiting the capital, you gotta know how to manage your expenses. Yes, Amsterdam is definitely expensive for tourists, especially if you're not careful about how to spend your money. Accommodation, food, and entertainment can all be more expensive in Amsterdam compared to other cities, and the city is known for its high prices for tourist attractions, souvenirs, and other items. That being said, there are ways to save money while visiting Amsterdam. One way to save money is to stay outside of the city center, where accommodation and other costs are generally lower, such as Rotterdam. You can also save money by using public transportation or renting a bike instead of taxis, or using more expensive forms of transportation. Additionally, there are many free or low-cost things to do in Amsterdam, such as visiting the city's many parks, exploring the neighborhoods outside of the city center, or visiting the city's many museums and galleries, which often offer free admission on certain days. Now that you know Amsterdam can be an expensive city to visit, but with careful planning and budgeting, it is possible to enjoy all that the city has to offer without breaking the bank. Coming up, how safe is the Venice of the North? Even though the Netherlands as a whole is generally considered to be a safe city, the risk of being robbed or assaulted is relatively low. But Amsterdam, due to the high number of tourists, does experience its fair share of crimes. Pickpocketing is the most common type of crime that tourists may encounter in Amsterdam, particularly in crowded areas like the Central District, markets, and tourist attractions. To reduce the risk of being pickpocketed, it's important to keep an eye on your belongings and to be cautious of anyone who seems too friendly or who tries to distract you. Other types of crime, such as violent crime and property crime, are relatively rare. As we said, the city has a relatively low crime rate compared to other major cities and is generally considered to be a safe place to visit. Overall, while it is important to be aware of your surroundings and to take basic precautions to protect yourself and your belongings, the risk of being robbed or victimized in Amsterdam is generally low. Finally, as liberating as the city sounds, don't immerse in illegal activities. Amsterdam is known for its abundance of coffee shops, which sell coffee and other beverages as well as cannabis products. While the sale and possession of small amounts of cannabis are tolerated in Amsterdam, it's still illegal under Dutch law and it's not permitted to consume cannabis in public. Purchasing like coke and ecstasy from street dealers in Amsterdam is both illegal and really dangerous, especially for tourists. In the past, there have been several cases of intentional poisoning in the city that targeted tourists. As normalized as the myth has been as of late, it's not fully legal to smoke cannabis in all parts of the city. One should avoid lighting it up in public areas. And on that note, that's a wrap for this video. Do you plan on visiting Amsterdam anytime soon? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.